One of the questions I've gotten most frequently here at the start of MLB The Show 25 is what slider set I am using on this game for CPU versus CPU gameplay. That's how I prefer to play on franchise mode. And due to me prioritizing more of a scouting strategy early on in the kind of, early access period and the start of the game, it took me a little bit longer to get those sliders dialed in, but I've now done an adequate amount of testing. I am ready to reveal what I think are the best sliders, at least at this point, early on in MLB The Show 25. Now, of course, we are very early on here in the game, and so these are always subject to change, but I'm going to go through and talk about these sliders that I've been working with. But before I get into the sliders themselves, I just want to kind of tell you what the goals are of these sliders for me. And what I want with these sliders is a variety of gameplay. Well, you'll get high scoring game, low scoring games. You'll get high home run games and other games where there's only maybe one in the entire game. I want the variety, and I also want it to sort of replicate what you kind of see in baseball, whereas, maybe the average game is somewhere around kind of that 9 runs scored, which is what I've seen so far in about my 12 games or so that I've tested so far with these sliders. Now, when I talk about these individual sliders, the slider scale is on a scale of 0 to 10. So when I give you a number, it's somewhere on that scale. And 5 is this middle mark right here. So 5 is unedited at all. And for example, CPU contact, which I have at 7, that is going 2 up from the base slider set. So for these sets, because we are playing CPU versus CPU and the slider set is meant to work for that, I cannot say that it will work well for players who play and control the game, the players themselves. This is the set that I will be using. CPU contact is at 7, CPU power is at 6, timing is at 7, foul frequency is all the way down at 1, solid hits and starter stamina are at 6, reliever stamina is at 5, and then I have 4 in a row here that are all at 6. Control, consistency, strike frequency, and manager hook. I have CPU pickoffs down at 2. This is one that's just kind of preference. I don't want a bunch of pickoffs delaying the game. I don't think this is the best for everyone. If you like your pitcher attempting more pickoffs, then don't have it this low. I have the speed of the pitches up at 9. You don't have to react to them and hit them yourself, so might as well make them fast. And then I have all the error-related ratings sliders at 7. I have the run speed and reaction, as well as arm strength and the base runner speed. All of those are slightly upgraded to 6. And then I have base runner steal ability and frequency both at 8. Then from there, wind, injury frequency are all left at the base rating. And then this is just for personal franchise reasons. I still think trades are sometimes a little bit over the top, so I've knocked it down to 3. But if you like having a lot of trades, of course, you can keep that at its base rating. That is my CPU versus CPU slider set. But before I hop off for this video, I have one more question to answer here, and that is how to get CPU versus CPU in franchise mode. When you go into play a game, you will see the play game option here. And let me just quickly fix my lineups here. But you'll go to play a full game. And then here you'll get to the spot where you can pick your team. The way to get CPU is pretty simple. You just leave it right in the middle, and then you will not be in charge of any team. And you can go into the game and just watch it. You can also, once you're in the game, you can go to simulate and exit if you want to quick sim parts of the game and only hop in and watch parts of them, which is what I will do at times, especially when I'm doing a player lock. But that is how you get to CPU versus CPU. You can, before you do that, get the jerseys you want, and then if you back out and then go into the middle, it will keep the jersey that you selected. And that is a kind of a final tidbit. But that's all I've got here for the episode. I hope you enjoy the gameplay that you get on these sliders. And of course, this is still very early in the game, so I might tweak things as the MLB The Show seasons drag along, as this game continues to update itself. And if I do plan on doing any major updates, I will leave them either in the description or in a pinned comment down below. But that's all I've got for this episode. And if you like franchise mode on YouTube, check out my Pittsburgh Pirates franchise that I've got going on right now. It is CPU versus CPU, and I'm having a ton of fun with it. That's all I've got for the video, and I hope to see you soon.